Besser over from Horvat, Pettersson as well. I'm back. This is Puck Drops here, Peter Fife. There's an internet connection, so I restarted the stream, and we are back with the thing. So if you had a problem, just kind of look for the stream again. You'll eventually find it. From behind the goal, pass to the goal. Canucks keep in. Here's Pettersson. 15 seconds left in the power play. Pettersson passes to Besser. Pettersson holding it. Back across for Quinn Hughes now. Last pass here. And the final chance in the power play. Penalty's over. Pettersson shoots. And deflected up high. 2 shots on the last man advantage. So the Canucks not able to score on the power play. Still down by 2. Hi, Nathan. We're having another of those Canuck games where I try not to lose my brain. They're not better than the Mets, but this hits the... Oh, are you kidding me? It hit the crossbar, Pettersson's shot. This guy... Hold on a second. This guy's hit the crossbar more than any player in the NHL. Sorry, I thought there was someone knocking on my door. They are sweeping the snow away from the puck. Not sure why, but Pettersson, who leads the league in crossbars and post hit, was that close for 2-1, and he hit the crossbar again. This guy is snake bit. I know he's got 3 goals, but seriously with that, it's unbelievable.
Wednesday at 8 on CBC and CBC Channel. Let's check in with Kyle. Well, Elias Pettersson, he would have lots of talks with Benny Malhotra, of course, when he was with the Canucks after practices. This was from last year before a game here in Toronto. He said this morning, though, he likes to work on his own stuff, go over video, come up with ideas to be better on the ice. Pettersson considers himself to be a bit of a lone wolf.
All right, let's see what happens here. 2:16 left. The Canucks needing everything. Just absolutely everything. As they play Sandstorm here in Toronto, and the Maple Leafs take it from behind the goal again. Chopped out the line, a shot up high and off the boards again. Here's Mott. Drops it Sutter. And backhanded through off the line. The Leafs are going to continue to get it. Oh, now they turned it over. Here comes Hoglander over Sutter. Sutter pass to the goal. Hoglander off his stick. Leafs will backhand this to center. Who will win the races? Who will conquer the battles? We'll have to see that as the Canucks bring it in. Here's Nils Hoglander again. Hoglander spins off a check. Hoglander with the puck. Drops it off. Schmidt, a shot. And that fired wide. Here's Myers. Dropped it down the line off of Sutter. Now Myers shoots, save Anderson, and no one was in front, so he just stops the puck off of a slap shot from the blue line. Not an overwhelmingly hard slap shot, but it was one that tipped a few times from Hoglander up and then down, and finally able to find it. Yes, it was deflected, but it was not directly in the goalie's sight line. Thank you for the like. As Pettersson wins it, wins the face-off, and back on the line, that was Besser. Pettersson chasing. This puck dropped from the line. Myers with it as well. Tyler Myers backhanded it in a cross. I'm with a hit on Hughes just like that. Matthews shoots it down. Taken by Hughes again. Final minute of play as Pettersson tried to go through 2 and lost the puck. Leafs will move it. Marner lost it. Besser, back pass. Dropped again for Tyler Myers. Then off the stick, and then Besser, and now Matthews to take it. He drops it from the side of the goal, and here's Muzzin. Throwing it across from center ice. Leafs shoot it back and cycle it. Here's Holtby. From behind his net, 25 seconds left in the first period. It is turned in through. Pettersson drop pass too far. And Eriksson was not able to take it, but a big hit at the Vancouver bench will help the Canucks get the puck right back. Final 10 seconds left in the period. Can they get one more rush before the first is over? Shot off the boards, and if the Leafs are going to get the puck here, they're not going to relinquish it. Shot off the circle into Schmidt at center ice, and that's it for the first period. Goals by Simmons and Matthews, who ironically sit next to each other on the Toronto Maple Leafs bench. Pretty nice one by Simmons, an incredible one by Matthews, and the Canucks still can't get anything going. 2-0, Toronto. As I also said on my radio station today, I talked about how there needs to be a galvanization of this team, as I said before here, and there really needs to be. I think they need to make a move, firing the coach, making two big, gigantic trades. Something has to happen. Not like a little trade or something. I'm not saying that, just start trading for people willy-nilly, but there's got to be something. There's got to be some move to because these guys can win the cup. These guys are this good. If not this year, maybe in a few years, they definitely should make the playoffs. They could even win the division. They have the talent and they have the mental makeup to do it, but just not working right now. Something has to change. The key word being galvanized to get these players. It needs to be a band of brothers again, like it was in the playoffs. I get that they lost, and I get that they weren't incredibly physical and hit a lot, but those players played for each other, and they lost so many players. I don't care if they lost. It's next man up. They've got to create a new sense of brotherhood. Something has to happen. Something's got to change. Even if it doesn't immediately impact this year, something has got to change, and they've got to do it soon. The longer it delays, they've got to do it. I welcome change. I was happy at first when the Vancouver Canucks decided not to make make changes like they usually would do in free agency, make big signings. But at this point, it's really healthy to do so. It just is. Hi, Josh. Pretty disappointing period, right? Again with this. So this is what I've been saying, Josh. I don't know if you just heard me. I'll repeat what I said again. Hi, Roger. The Canucks have a team built to win, and they can win now, and they've got the players, and they've got the emotions there and everything. Problem is they've just been shell-shocked. They've been gripping their sticks too tight. It just feels like a different team, and they've lost, and I know they lost players, but that's not even it. They've lost this, band of brothers, I call it, type atmosphere around the team, man. They need to be galvanized. Something has to happen. Maybe two huge trades, maybe the coach getting fired, general manager getting fired. Something's got to happen to get these guys to play like each other, play for each other like a family. It's got to happen quickly. That's what I think has to happen. I am great, Roger. How are you?
The first intermission with Canucks in California, Kelly in Calgary, and here in studio with Brian Berg and David Edward. A moment on the mat. Dave, this afternoon.
Yeah, of course, the Edmonton-Calgary game will be later on, Battle of Alberta. I'll watch that. I won't stream it.
Yeah, Justin Moore wrote an article at sportsnet.ca, #NotAnApp, on one of the keys to success for Vancouver tonight is they have to do a better job tracking through the neutral zone. And Toronto Maple Leafs have just been having their way getting, skating through the neutral zone and easily unimpeded here. Here's Beagle here set up. He's got to find a way to gap up and direct Mitch Marner to either the left side or the right side. Instead, he's sitting back, and here's Marner, a little shimmy, inside, outside, gets a clean entry. So these are one of the positions now where they're really, really struggling inside. Here's Josh Morris.
So excited for that. Can't wait. Yeah, I'll watch. It'll be cool. I know the Ducks are playing the Sharks. That was a great game last night. I watched that whole game last night. But I'm probably going to just watch the Oilers Flames game. I know the headline's been Gaudreau versus Draisaitl, how they'll play. Interesting headline there, but that has been what has been talked about here.
It's going to score a goal versus Edmonton, and after the goal, I was surprised to hear Marner say, "Yeah, he told me he's going to stand right in front and just rip it. I don't care if it hits me because it may deflect in, which this one did, and/or may hit me in the body. Then I'll just spin around and shovel it in the net." I've never heard a player do that, but you see how he stands in front of the net. I know Anthony, you talked about this before, but man, I just really admire how he's so brave to do that. By the way, that hands like that. That's an incredible play. You know, he has been maybe the best addition for the Toronto Maple Leafs because he does everything the right way. The other thing is, you know, I think some people are thinking maybe his career is coming to an end. I think he's got years left. He's only 32 years old, and I think the experience he brings. Listen,
talking about Wayne Simmons right now, what he's done in Toronto. Yeah, he's been a really good player for them. Yeah, no question. How long he's been in the league, the playoffs. This guy's played in Los Angeles and Philadelphia, and that is a good point of how he's played.
But back to face-offs here, and I talked a little about in the pregame. Both these teams are very good, 5th and 7th this year in the league.
What's the score of the Canucks game? 2-0 Toronto Maple Leafs. Goals by Wayne Simmons and Austin Matthews.
Top 6 in the league. He likes to get his left leg in here, and for a little bit extra leverage, it almost blocks the opponent's stick. You don't see that too often. That's a neat little trick that he's learned on his own.
And we're right now in the first intermission. If you're wondering why no broadcasting.
He does this consistently on this side. The worst case is, wins a face-off, but it's not clean. And don't believe me, this is where I'm doing it again. This is a consistent thing. I've watched a lot of his face-offs, and he likes that play, getting that confrontation. Bo likes a wide base here. We all know that a wide base means more stability, right? We all know that angular force balance. But Bo, he's got his legs over 5 feet. Bo here, 5'1". Bo's only 5'3", so this is very stretched for him. And he's got a lot of power. He's got a very, very strong upper body as well, so he's able to go past the stick and sweep back with power. And then we see Jason Spezza. He's up next. He's coming here, trust me. Spezza 63.5, top 4 in the league. Spezza again with the wide base. But this is a thing that I was taught by Anton.
So let's see what's going on in the other game, the Islanders Penguins game. How that's been going on. 2-1 in the end of intermission, end of the first there. The Penguins tied it. Joseph from Gensel and Letang. But then Islanders made it 2-1 a little bit later. Eberle from Nelson and Michael Dalcol. Michael Dalcol has 2 points tonight, 2 assists on 2 Islanders goals.
I lost like 5 games up at that point. So I'm getting ready to do what's fair game. I show up for the rink, and I said to myself, I go, no, there's nothing. Just have a coffee, play some soccer, maybe go out for the game. If you lose, what's the difference between 5 or 6? If you win, maybe one or something. Go out. I think I stopped, 30 shots. We won 2-1 or something. I was like, I actually felt really good in that game. So now before the game, like where I'm sitting in the tunnel, I go, play your game, have some fun, turn it up, turn the mind up.
Yeah, there's a good one. Turn the mind on, Kelly. Over to you. Oh boy, is that brilliant or what? And that is me. I had to really make sure that it didn't go from a routine to OCD, and so I needed to know that in this today's world,
Canucks have the potential. They must use it possibly. Yeah, that's why there needs to be something to galvanize them. There's got to be. This team right now is not at the point of like a Pittsburgh Penguins or I don't know, just like one of those experienced teams who knows what they're doing, that's just done it, or Washington Capitals or some team that could just manufacture it immediately. They are still young, and they need they needed outside force to help them galvanize. And I've seen all these great Cup teams that are a lot like these Canucks, and they started badly, and they needed a change. Yeah, that's true. Okay, Pence wasn't the greatest example, but you have to look at you have Sidney Crosby, you have Getty Malkin. These guys are in the room, and something's not going right, and you know what? It's gonna go right. It's gonna go right. Either this year, it's going to go right, and we will will it to go right. Horvat's kind of like that, but you still don't have that player at that level for the Canucks. Yeah, I don't like Crosby. You have to admit that Ovechkin's a guy that people. McDavid's the best player in the world, but I wouldn't put him in that conversation. Chara, people that have been there, but still could play at an elite level. And the Canucks don't have that, so they would need outside force to kind of galvanize them at some point. But they're there. Like, I don't think they will at any rate, but they could win the Cup this year. They're good enough. They just need they are there. They are right there. They just need a push. They just need a push. They're at the cliff. They're so close. You could feel it. But they just need something. Meanwhile, so we don't just talk Canucks the whole time. Meanwhile, look at the Leafs. How good have they been? That offense, as I know there are a few Maple Leafs fans and we just center around the Canucks and that might be leaving you guys out. I apologize for that. But those Leafs, how good has that offense been? And the fact that what I love a hockey team to do, and my hockey teams used to do this, they don't do this as much anymore just because experienced teams can do this. It's how good they can get the puck out and take the rush. And this Maple Leafs team, I knew they were going to be good. I thought they could win a playoff series, but I didn't know they were going to be this good. This offense has just expanded, and they have really synced well. Although anything can change in a minute. That's the idea of what could happen for the Canucks if something could really go their way. That's just the way it is.
It's a cool talk show. And you think, no doubt about it. Are you sure? NHL tonight on NHL Network. It's clear as day. History doesn't just pass. It's all around us. And black history is living in the future every day.
They might be good in the regular season, but they become awful when it comes to the playoffs. Yeah, we'll have to see, though. We'll see. We'll see how Battle of Alberta goes today, too, Josh, because I was just about to say that we'll be rooting for different teams in the Battle of Alberta, but the way the season's gone, how both teams are kind of right by the Canucks, I'm not really going to be rooting for anyone in that game. I'll just be rooting for a good hockey game, and probably not to go to overtime because that wouldn't be good statistically for the Canucks. If you're an Edmonton fan, okay, Roger. Yeah, I really like the Oilers. I don't like the Flames. I used to, but I don't like the Flames at all. But I'm not going to be really rooting for either team just because of what it means to the Canucks. That's just me again. That's just how I feel. Still a commercial here. Angel or Angel. I'm not sure. You pronounce your name. Are you a Canucks fan? I am, obviously, as you can see.
See yourself in my eyes. He scores, no big deal. When you win and score, that is a big deal. See yourself?
Just a hockey fan. Yeah, this is getting to a game where it's like, oh my God, you know. Too bad there's no other 8 o'clock games or stuff that I could have done, but just these two 7 o'clocks and the other two 10s. Well, they might. It's only the first period. Teams have done crazier things before. They definitely are a late start team, the Canucks. Yeah, I know. It's kind of annoying. We also know this year that the second period is not a very friendly period for Vancouver. What's their score prediction? 4-2 Vancouver. I think they score 4 straight. 4-3.
Industry exclusive carbon fiber bed. Well, they have been labeled as special players in their youth, and that hype carried them right to the NHL. It has been simply Matthews and Marner magic to start this season, and they do much more than just living on a prayer when they play together. Something that didn't happen regularly until last year, but the chemistry would suggest they have been line mates for their entire careers. Two combined on some absolutely glorious goals in the early going this season. They are among the most deadly duels in the entire league. Marner sent Matthews 30 times the last 2 years, and with Matthews' tally in the first period, it is the 7th straight game he has found the back of the net here.
7th straight game. 6-5 Vancouver on a late goal. Nice. 7th straight goal. Or something for Matthews. Some straight game for Matthews. He scored a goal or a point or something. I missed exactly what they said. So here we go. As the puck will be pushed in for the second period to begin. And here are the Canucks. Schmidt with it. Tries to shoot it, directed off the boards. Leafs trying to take it out. They can't. Here's Myers. Backhands it in front. Canucks still trying to trap it through as Eriksson, and the Leafs break to center ice. Here they come. Motors in around Myers. Puck to the slot and banked off the boards. And here comes Tanner Pearson. Moving in. Pearson and Brody with a check. And here's John Tavares. Tavares pass in front. And this taken away to center ice. Wayne Simmons moving in on Schmidt. Simmons to the goal, to the outside of the net. And here's JT Miller. Chip pass. Matthews pass in front for Marner. Leafs keep in. Held and a shot. And that blocked away. And here Vancouver motors it through. JT Miller shooting in. Besser takes a hit. Besser looking for it. JT Miller gets the puck back. Miller just flying after he got hit in the chops by Hyman, which drew the penalty that Vancouver only got 2 shots and no goals on. Well, no, because you can't score 2 on a power play unless it's a 5-on-3. As Edler drops it off and shot over to Chatfield. Glove down by Anderson. Chatfield all the way back, able to get that puck through. Not deflected at all. It found its way in with Leafs everywhere. And the goaltender will stop it, though, and stop play.
That becomes the issue. Right now for Toronto, just keep the pressure on. You know that they're forced to make some aggressive pitches and some dangerous plays. And I think that plays right into Toronto's strength is taking advantage of transition on some of those.
Face off back there, shot over the glove of Anderson. And shot in off of Hoglander's stick. Taken by Quinn Hughes, who spins for the boards and tries to shoot to center, and Sutter lost the puck. And Jimmy Vesey the pass to the stick. Right back down there, Mikhail Mikheyev. And over a chance in front, ricocheted off the stick. Here's Nils Hoglander moving it. Hoglander from the right boards. Hoglander shoots in. And Anderson steers it through. Bailey, who had it down in again, and Justin Bailey lost it. Controlled back and shot in. Here's Mott moving it over to center. Tyler Mott shooting through off a stick to Anderson. Anderson at his goal. Leafs try to throw it out. They'll take it to center. And shot in. And glove down by Schmidt. And over. Myers trying to go grab it. Puck is loose. Save Holtby. Spezza in front, who scored the hat trick the other day against the Maple Leafs, as it's dropped to the corner. And here's Nick Patan by the boards again for Mott. Mott shoots it away and chopped in, and here comes Michelle. It's a hit. I have Canucks plus 1.5. If you didn't hear my prediction again, it was 4-3, Vancouver. We've got to score some goals here to make that happen, as this puck is iced against the Canucks.
This is exactly what you practice your entire life for fire hockey. The center drives through the middle, to the outside, opens up the lane, but how about that sauce across? And Jason Spezza, he big confidence-wise, he buried that like it was 2007 all over again. That was a great confident shot on a well-executed 3-on-2 with a beautiful pass.
Right from his chop chance, and here's a chance for the Canucks. 2-on-1. Pearson shoots, save, rebound in front, loose to the slot and back to center ice, taken by Edler. Canucks tend to shoot on rebounds. I don't know if a pass would have been any different result, as the puck comes to Holtby and he gloves it down, but I will say it might be a nice option to try. But here was the chance where the Canucks caught the Leafs sleeping, and then Pearson shot it. It was a stop by the goaltender, and the Canucks never were able to try to get that puck in. I guess the passing lane might have been closed off. I don't think it really was. I mean, you could always go for a pass over the stick anyway, but he went for the shot and a good save. Shot off the glass. And taken away Ben from the boards. Besser lost it. Leafs in front. There's a shot and a save made by Holtby. As Bogosian shoots to the left circle. Pass in front. Save by Holtby. Rebound to the save by Holtby. He's everywhere. Miller hits Matthews, and the puck will be kept in by the Maple Leafs. Here's Brock Besser. Backhands it and thrown to center ice. And here's JT Miller. Miller in. Away from Bogosian. Yeah. And Hughes hands it off. Shot in front. Oh, and a wide open net was Pettersson, who just hit it too hard and too early. Canucks still on it, though. Now they lost it. Morgan Riley over 90 seconds still on the ice. This puck thrown down the way will not be icing, taken by Evans. Evans drops it off a Canuck stick and backhanded in. Holtby out will play it through from the boards. Deflected by Holtby and off as the puck comes to the glass. Leafs will move to center and control it away. Bailey hits Kerfoot. Hoglander back from his side. Maple Leafs working. Mikheyev shot in front, and Holtby makes the save with Kerfoot right there.
He had his hand down on his head trying to make sure he could get something on it, and couldn't believe that one took it. Just a quick hop at the last second, gets a little solace from Erickson there on the bench.
He's done unfairly, and so they'll do it again.
He said he's been unlucky.
That kind of year, huh?
7 goal posts, the most in the National Hockey League. Had one there today. Just a wide open net that could totally change the momentum of this game around.
Still 2-0 Toronto. As the Leafs will try to take it through, and it's sent to center. Canucks trying to push into the Maple Leaf zone. It's held in the Maple Leaf zone. And taken back away from Boyd, and a good check from the wall there. And the young Leaf players sort of cycle it through, but some more of the experienced Canuck players, kind of a role reversal with taking it to them, but now the system of the Leafs prevails because they get the puck back into the Vancouver zone. Shot in and icing, but it looked to me like that might have went off a Toronto skate. I guess not. So the puck back in front of Braden Holtby. What's happening? 13:47 left in the second. The Canucks are down 2-0, and they've got a face-off circle in front of their goal with the Leafs just drawing an icing. Face-off won by the Canucks. Schmidt turned it over. Leafs are there. Simmons to Nylander. Nylander from behind. Nylander backhand pass over to the line. Shot again wide. And here's Tavares. Tavares with it. John Tavares over. Pass to the circle. Here's Nylander. Nylander working away from Myers. Back Nylander. Fell down. And Tavares could not get there. Penalty coming up. No penalty. Just a long Myers shift. And the Leafs are still have the puck in the zone. Schmidt to move it across, and Schmidt will shoot in because most of the Vancouver players are dead tired and need to go for a change.
You got a dead tired defense pairing there with both Myers and Schmidt, who were caught in their own zone for a long stretch.
Yeah, it was a 2-minute shift. No wonder they were anxious to get off. 7 minutes in this.
Backed off the glass and thrown in front. Will it be offside? The late offside against Vancouver. Here come the Maple Leafs. Moving in as Austin Matthews drops it off. Marner save Holtby. And Pearson to go grab it, and he got hit by Sheffield with a check there from the corner boards by the Vancouver bench. And taken through by Marner. Mitch Marner holding. Marner drops to the left circle. Shot, save. They score. Zach Hyman. And they crash the net, and it's 3-0. Zach Hyman, who got called for the penalty before, for a high stick, goes to the goal, and a carbon copy shot finds his stick and gives the Maple Leafs the third goal of the game. And Hyman actually, this never went off Hyman. It'll go to Hyman, but this puck actually went off his stick, and then it went off the stick of Alex Edler. Alexander Edler, who just a bad luck play for the Canucks, who now trail by 3. Leafs in their own zone, a steal by Vancouver. Besser dropped it off. Shot in there, chance in front, blocked. Puck is jostling down, tied up, and the Leafs will take it in. Dropped off Marner, lost it. And a backhand pass behind there, now announcing the Zach Hyman goal as Hyman has it. And Hyman tried to go to Kerfoot, and now Ben behind. Here's Hughes. Hughes backhands from the wall. Canucks trying to take it out. They can't yet. Lettinen and Marner with the assists. As the puck goes all the way to the goaltender Anderson, who fed a Leaf up the middle. Here comes Kerfoot getting a pass. Back of the line, they keep in. Faking it is Lettinen. There's a shot in front, and that's stopped by Holtby with the glove.
How much can 30 seconds change a shift? Here's the play I was talking about. It's going to be offside, so instead of touching it, getting a whistle, now you're chasing it. And 30 seconds later, one pass from Marner to the outside. How about Lettinen? Tape to tape for Hyman, and it's a 3-0 lead for the Maple Leafs.
So Lettinen to Hyman, and that's the end of its commercial now. The Leafs up 3. I hope so. This is really getting to be quite a frustrating season.
Chicos, vamos a desayunar. Chicos. Me voy a McDonald's en 5 segundos. Disfruta un delicioso desayuno en McDonald's. Acompaña tus hot dogs con un sausage biscuit, un sausage McMuffin o un McChicken biscuit por solo $3. History doesn't just come in the past. It's all around us. And we're kissing this beautiful future every day. Welcome to the Disney Bundle, where Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus come to life on all your screens. Hulu Originals, Disney Hits, and must-see sports. With Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN Plus, get the Disney Bundle for only $12.99 a month.
Unable to convert it. He's had some frustrating times of late. He leads the league in hitting a most crossbar, as you mentioned, Greg, 7 times this year.
And so many of those were early, Chris, and that's one of the things that weighs on you. You got to remember the human element. When you start the season, expected to be the offensive guy on your team, and you go 6 games without scoring a goal, and you see it crank off the post 4 of those games, it can be frustrating. And this game turned.
They talk about Pettersson, how he's hit the post so much, and how it can be frustrating. That's the thing. You're a frustrated team that doesn't have the experience yet, where you tell yourself, I know I have to keep going, but you just don't have the strong will yet of a long NHL career to know how to do that yet. You need an outside force to help galvanize yourself, and the organization has to help the Vancouver Canucks with that. As Bogosian shoots, Kerfoot shoots with a save by Holtby, a pretty inside tough save.
There's another example of just too easy on the entry, neutral zone troubles, backing off the line, and Kerfoot walks in alone and gets a great A scoring chance. Another good save there by Holtby, standing his ground.
And from the boards over to Roussel. Back from Anderson. Hoglander makes a hit. And Lettinen off of his center side. Nylander chases. Big shot from the boards and out of play.
can win an NHL game and $250,000 in arena upgrades. 1 week left to nominate at crackhockeybill.ca.
Just a second shy of the midway mark of the game. Shots are 20-11 in favor of the Maple Leafs, leading by 3. Mitch Marner and Paul
Pearson back from his center side. Canucks move in. Horvat chipped it off the left boards, and Horvat lost it. Pearson shoots, save Anderson. A good check from the wall, and the Leafs can move it in. TJ Brody with the back pass. Taken away, Tavares off of Edler. Leafs still working with it. Simmons behind the goal. Simmons lost the puck. Here's Edler, and Tavares lost the chance on the puck as well. The Canucks will move this in off of Eriksson's stick and down. No icing. Pearson backs it over. Eriksson moving it. Can't take it away, and Bogosian was there. Puck still loose. There's a shot by Chatfield, the save by Anderson. Chatfield still looking for his first in the National Hockey League. Turned over. Hoglander! No! And a save made. Hoglander with a tremendous check on Bogosian, of all people. 34-21 shot attempts, still heavily favoring Toronto, but Vancouver has gotten a better period. I know they've let up a goal, but they've gotten a better period in this second. Here's Marner, shoots, blocked. Leafs keep it in. Drop from Hall, and he lost it. Here's Elias Peterson. Peterson moving in. Pass to the left boards, and trying to go grab it back is Hughes, and Hughes goes and backpedals from center ice. Flows it down, Austin Matthews. Austin Matthews holding, pass to the goal. Shooting one, save made by Holtby. And the Canucks still can't jar it loose. Leafs working away with it. Now Vancouver shoots it to center. And this is a jumping puck, which is taken back. And here comes Roussel off of the wall. Canucks trying to keep it in. There Will Mott, who's been good. And the puck deposited from the right boards to the left boards. And the Leafs push it in. Marner. Good hit by Myers. Oh, did Myers hit? Yeah, Myers hit Hyman in the mouth. And Hyman, if you remember, he slashed Miller in the mouth, and that created that. So a power play coming up for Toronto. Here's the chance by Hoglander, and a huge hit he makes on the other side of the play. So Myers' stick goes up high, whacks the glove, and it'll be a power play coming up for Toronto. Okay. Let's take a look at what's going on the island in New York between the Islanders and the Penguins.
He hauled out the TV monitor during practice this week to go over some things. He didn't love the news cameras being able to roll on it. As we look at the screen here, Chris, it looks like they're talking power play. I'm not sure.
They're debating whether or not it's 20% chunkier.
You know, the players are so visual learners nowadays, too. You usually do that in the dressing room and take it out of the ice. So,
Back from the face-off. Cleared down the ice by Vancouver immediately. Tyler Myers, the call is elbowing. I don't see too many of those calls. I think this might be the first in the league of an elbowing call. Not sure of how that is. And Spezza from the line of the left circle. Spezza drops it back to the blue line. Controlling Nylander, drops it off. Pass to the circle. Perfect setup. There's a shot. Blocked it again. Save. Rebound save. Puck cleared by Vancouver. No, not cleared. Leafs kept in. Apparently, the referee said that the puck was in and the skate was in, and when the puck was not. Or, you know what I mean? The puck was in, the skate was not. Here's Nylander shooting up high and deflected out of play. What a flurry for the Leafs. Face-off drop down, and then there's Nylander to try to take it out. Sutter back at the boards. Leafs to contain and maintain control with that. As here's Austin Matthews. The Leaf power play. Working it. Canucks immediately shoot in off the line right to Anderson. That's a hard shot. Not a goal, obviously. We have to make a save, and the Canucks were able to make changes and take some time off the penalty clock. Here's Simmons off the skate, and Mott is going to dump it all the way down. Great clear, which is steered away by Anderson. Here's Bogosian. And back at the line. Left circle. Dropped it. Tap pass to Tavares at the blue line as well. Kept in by Bogosian. From the right circle. And Austin Matthews spins. And the penalty's over. And it's still in there. Saved by Holtby. Simmons dropped it. Benn have the puck. And here is Schmidt. Shoots to his stick. Comes to center. Right off the bench is Miller. But it careens off his stick. And then we played a while. I wouldn't say they suck, but they're not playing well. Is this shot down the boards and the Canucks are going to have some room in numbers? No. Is it offside? Yes. Chatfield went offside. So, a real tool this face-off. And we go to the second, and we're going to the commercial as the Penguins have tied it in Pittsburgh. The more competitive game, Malkin. And the goal occurs with 16 seconds remaining in the period. Wow.
NHL tonight on NHL Network. It's clear as day.
Hockey fans, gear up at NHLShop.com. The largest assortment of NHL fan gear anywhere. Every NHL team and all the players you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. NHLShop.com. A Fanatics experience.
History doesn't just live in the past. It's all around us. And blank history is building the future every day.
What's the probability we win? That's what the Canucks need. Anyone thinks I'll cover with Canucks plus 1.5? I think they could definitely score at least a goal here. I just don't know how much more. Just the way the Leafs have been dominating.
whistle down and live to fight another shift.
Henderson on the draw and wins it for Vancouver. Quinn Hughes will fire around. Hoglander after it. So Hoglander now on the line with Henderson and Miller. Hughes back pass scores.
Here's a shot over JT Miller. He scores! JT Miller right off the draw. It's 3-1. And Hoglander and Miller's, after a huge back pass that completely caught me by surprise, the Canucks are on the board and trail by 2. Golden Hughes looks on as the play deteriorated, and that is how Vancouver has gotten back into the talking with 5:14 to go. And the Leafs are challenging the play. Oh, that would be a gut wrenching.
Remember the leg doesn't. Oh yeah, it's not even close.
Or at the top of your screen. Jump the gun.
But seldom do you see teams challenge the offside unless they're relatively sure. Is that Homelander up top there? I think it is, trying to get in quickly on the forecheck and win.
They are trying, and it looks like this is going to be called no goal because Hoglander came in racing on the right side.
After coach's challenge video review to determine that the play is offside, therefore we are
No
no goal.
goal.
He set the clock to 5:26.
No goal.
Nope.
Nope. Hoglander, they say on the right side, was offside, and yeah, he was definitely offside before Hughes shot the puck in.
The youngster Hoglander just ahead of the play and enough to take that Vancouver goal.
Very infuriating, but still 3-0. Leafs shoot it back up and take it in, pass across. Deflected up high.
Play is Morgan Riley has a look, jumping into the right.
The early part of the season, you got to find a way to deal with the adversity coming. And, for Vancouver, this is a pretty critical point. You've lost 3 in a row. You've been giving up 6 a night, and now you get another bad thing happening. So you got to find a way to get energy on the bench. And I mentioned before, I think Travis may be looking at that again. Yeah, that was clearly offside. So you got to find a way to get on the board here and make it an
You want to get energy. You've got to create a spark, but you can't keep, and the broadcasters, you can't keep relying on the players to make this spark. These guys, they just don't know how to do it. They're too young. They don't get it. This is where the organization has to step in and do something. Is the organization not going to help their players? This is ridiculous. I'm sorry I'm so emotional, but as this shot hits Anderson, but my God, the organization has to do something. Oh, you need something of the players to get going. No, players, no, not the players. You need the owner to step in. You need Jim Benning to step in. Somebody has to do something because this team is reeling and they need help from the top down. And the Vancouver Canucks organization has to step in or this team is not going to have a chance this season. If they don't step in, it's ridiculous. They've got to do something. Marner moves in and shoots. Why?
Marner's 14th career 3-assist game. That's tied for 4th in league history, along with Matt Sundin. So you're in good company.
Hey, here you are in your 5th year. He's led the Leafs in assists the first 4, and it looks like he's going to be the runaway leader again here.
Dropped it in back for the boards, backhanded it in through. And take it away and controlled from Ben and hand it off to the right circle. Pass to the goal! Too far. Kept over by Peterson. Held at the line. Controlled and shot off of Edler. Edler with a big hit. And the Leafs are offside.
Better bakes and room for the Great Canadian Baking Show. New season begins Sunday, February 14th at 8 on CBC and CBC Gem. Here's a guy that's been cooking at both ends of the ice.
You know, I've always felt for him, even his first year in the National Hockey League, he was a pretty good defensive-minded player. But you get a couple of years where you get disappointed in the playoffs, you're not able to get to that next round. And his commitment this year to being a much better and more determined defensive player, I think he can add it to his offense. So often he's made the play down there to get the offense going up the other end.
Hughes drops it down. And Sutter with the check it. Mott tries to go and grab it away. Besser with a hit from the line, and it'll be taken. That dropped in Miller. And Mott with a big check, and here's Besser, Sutter working away at it. Besser again off his stick. He lost it, Leafs to carry it in. Shot it through Hughes, can't get it. Mott as well. Here's Tyler Mott now. Covers it and shoots down. This is a bouncing puck. Corralled by the Leafs and sent in. Taken from center ice. And moved it through Hughes. Tyler Myers. Back for Besser. Besser pinned down along. Chatfield trying to go grab it. Can't. A good hit now. And Chatfield is there. Roussel tries to take it away. Leafs from the corner boards and picked off and dropped down into the Toronto zone. Off the glass and down for Anderson to play out of his net. Leafs from the boards. We'll move it through. Taken by Hull. And then behind the net, it's intercepted, so the Canucks can bring it up. Off of Hoglander's stick. And Schmidt to Pettersson. And Pettersson lanced off his stick as well, goes down. Just to hit it in through, and now Hoglander away. Jack Hyman for the boards. Leafs past his stick. This bouncing again. Canucks needing some juice here. Pettersson, good pass. Room out there for Hoglander. Took a vicious hit by Muzzin. And now the Leafs to take it. Here's Matthews, drops it off, fast to the goal. Puck down and behind, and here's Hughes racing with speed. Here's Hughes. Hughes needs to find something going here as they are trailing a lot by shot attempts and 3 by goals. Hughes and Bogosian out there. Canucks trying to keep it in. And a crashing check by the Canucks bench. And Vancouver player Mott is hit heavy and now bounces to the bench. Just as the period is ending, and he got corralled back there, and that'll be the end of the period. Although next time these guys come into a checking play, I would start grabbing guys and try to have fights and try and motivate my team, because right now the Canucks are just reeling as and Nylander hit Mott's ankle, and the Canucks have got to go get at these Maple Leafs right now. 3-0 at the end of the second after a goal that could have changed everything. Gets wiped off the board. Leafs in charge. End of the second, still with Penguins and Islanders. When that game comes back later, I'll do some commentary on that. Hi, GDD Games. This is a very frustrating game, but whatever it is, you know. You deal with these parts of the season, but this is confirming even more of what I said before, that this hockey club needs they need something. I'm sorry. They just cannot manufacture they just can't manufacture what needs to be done here. They need help, and they need it now, and it's just become facing, I don't know if it's an insurmountable lead, but definitely facing a lot of issues.
I think you're going to see the players now, depending on where you live or work in the NHL. There's different rules on where you can go and what you can do. I think they're going to ask the players to be very stringent, and even if you're in a place where there are looser rules, I think you're going to be asked home, hotel, / rink and back as much as you possibly can. Craig Simpson talked to Travis Green today about the Canucks lacking cohesion, whereas when they were in the bubble, they found it. Now they can't really go out. They can't go down the hall. They can't get together. They can't practice. So COVID's impacting the Canucks. What are you hearing about what's going to happen? Well, and on top of all that, Ron, they've got a game every other day, it seems like, and they've had a number of back-to-backs. I mean, the pressure is obviously mounting here, and then the heat is being turned up. And what I can tell you from a number of conversations in the last day or two is there's a lot of ideas out there about what they may or may not do. But this is a challenging season to shake things up for a number of reasons. The one thing I do wonder about is if Jake Virtanen is something they end up giving a fresh start to. He's had a tough start to this year. He's been in and out of the lineup. He scratched tonight in Toronto. And, maybe there's a feeling that could be a short-term move that might shock their group a little bit. It might be something that suits a player in the organization as well.
Say what trading Virtanen could help, but I don't think trading players would really – I don't think trading a guy for a few picks helps your team at all. I think maybe trading Virtanen and a few young players for like some good stars that maybe aren't, heralded, but are stars that you could find. I think that's the move you probably try to make. I don't know who else they could. Yeah, maybe there. I mean, at that point, the only problem with that. But the problem with that. Here's the problem with that. What are you doing? Like, the problem with that is, what are you doing specifically? If he's gone, are you going to start making moves immediately? Probably not. I wouldn't fire him now, but.
Penguins apparently have let it be known it's possible there could be more candidates still interviewed, but it's also what they are going to do is they're going to trim this list and begin the second round of interviews this week, which will involve the owners, Ron Burkle and Mario Lemieux. I don't believe, Chris, that this is something they're looking at as being a long process. I think they want to try to move as quickly as they can. Finally, the Professional Women's Hockey Players Association. Yes, they've forged a partnership with the Toronto Maple Leafs that will allow for some additional marketing opportunities, some synergy between those organizations, and eventually at some point when the government restrictions allow, there will be a game hosted by the Maple Leafs. This is similar to an initiative they have with the New York Rangers and the Leafs, the second NHL team, to reach that kind of agreement. So good to see that secret Scotiabank Sonnet. There's a lot of backers right now, so the momentum's clearly building.
A third period, I believe, about to start for the Islanders and Penguins.
We'll get to the Leafs in a minute, but let's start with the Canucks. So let's start with you, Kelly. They're staring down a fourth straight loss. You just heard CJ in headlines. There's a lot of fire right now as far as Jim Benning and the coaching staff are concerned. What is going on here? Well, we did a thing in the pregame show showing how bad they were defensively Thursday, and I have to tell you, it's not fun to do it again. You look at this play, there's Letton with the puck. Louis Eriksson, he's going to go straight at him. The play is made, but watch Eriksson. He loses Letton. Right now, it's a simple 2-on-2, but Eriksson loses his man. No, it's a beautiful take pass from Letton to Hyman, but you just can't make those mistakes. And then lastly, if you watch Edler, he has great body position, and the strength behind him just pushes him into the net. Next smart checks, Hoglander with the terrible pass to Schmidt. I have no idea where that's going. All of a sudden, the Maple Leafs are coming straight down Main Street. There's Kerfoot with the very next shot. Tyler Myers, I mean, he got off the pole, but he had no other choice. Hoglander didn't help him one bit. They have to somehow really simplify their game. Yeah, not just physically what they're doing, but maybe psychologically as well. Maybe a fragile team, Kevin. What do you see right now from the Canucks?
Yeah, as I said, psychologically, they need help. So there needs to be – the organization needs to do something here.
They're doing everything wrong. They're not managing the puck well. There's turnovers. They're not defending well.
We've got to find a way to
You see a lot of 3-on-2s against the defense who are having a tough
not
I started to think,
fall here, you know.
What are the roles of this team? What is the team identity? Well, I don't really know what the team identity is. It was similar to Calgary last week before the players-only meeting. What is your team identity? Are you hard to play against? Are you skilled? Are you positional? Well, the Canucks have to figure that out. They have to redefine some of these roles, and they have to get more out of each other.
So, I mean, yeah, it's just like they've got – something has to give here. You know, it's – what are you going to do? How are you going to change this team? And this team is a good hockey club that is just not – they don't have the chemistry. At this point, again, it's kind of the point where it's like, I get it's COVID. The point to wear masks and go and, you know, do something here, right? Like,
Roxy has saved some seasons apparently. Kelly, there's no Roxy this year, but the Leafs don't need anything right now. They win tonight. They're back first overall in the NHL standings. What are they showing you? Everything. This is no surprise to anybody. You know, all of us that had to make predictions before the start of the season said, you know, the Toronto Maple Leafs are by far the best team, at least in the Scotia North Division, and they're proving that. None of us
I picked
thought it'd be anything other than that.
the Canucks to be the best team, but I definitely thought the Maple Leafs would be number 2 in the division. They're a good hockey club, but but for them, I know I've been ranting at the Canucks all day, and I haven't been able to really give the Leafs the credit they deserve. Yeah, they've got a good hockey team. It's true, but it's I don't know. If the Leafs continue this, keep this going, they'll be set. I'll tell you that much. They'll be set. Also, I have no idea what you said there with that thing. Ovi Slurzy, hi. I don't know what the crying things are. Like, I know what they are, but I mean, I don't know what the idea there is. Just waiting here. And we'll be back. Be back. We are just showing Battle of Alberta, which will be next. I'll be watching that, not streaming it, but watching it for Calgary and Edmonton. Sorry, I'm not talking. There's not really much to talk. How to really say. Just still, still the same. Same's the same right now between Vancouver and Toronto, getting ready for the start of the third period. Touchdown Buccaneers. I mean, they're playing tomorrow. I'll be streaming that game. Maple Leafs leading 3-0 in shots on goal stuff. No, I didn't know that. That actually might be interesting for how the game ends up turning out. So that's pretty intriguing.
And you wonder, how do you get a read? You only have 6 goaltenders that get a read on a goal scorer right now because of the way the format is. So how do you get a read on Matthews? A one-timer, and then from a tough angle, quick release. Deflections in front. You give up some time and space, the quick release. 2 times there in alone. In tight, go up and over. Quick hands, 5-hole. Side of the net once again. And here's another example. You know what? His hands, his feet, and his brain are all moving at a high level. And Chris, right now, they are rocket in sync. You just feel the confidence exuding from 34 right now with the puck. And he's off to a fantastic start.
8 goals in 10 career games against Vancouver. And now with 298 points.
This puck to get thrown back down the line and chopped down the center boards and controlled out by the Leafs. Moved it back from center ice and moved over for Hughes and back down again. To be taken through. A shot from the point, deflected away. Here's Nils Hoglander. Fans off the puck. And Hoglander, a check. Here's a hit on Sheffield. This puck thrown all the way down and taken by Holtby from the boards. And intercepted. Austin Matthews scores. This is insane. This is all right, whatever. 4-0. Nothing Maple Leafs, 4-0 Maple Leafs, Holtby taking his head. Oh no, it was a huge and then the turnover, and it's one of those nights. Puck thrown all the way down off the face-off to be taken back by Mikheyev. Mikheyev with it. Mikheyev back from the stick and lanced in front. Canucks will move it. Mott shoots in. And taken away from behind the goal, the stretch pass through to center ice. Moved it in back. Spezza takes a hit. Here's Schmidt. Schmidt off the line. Off the board. Sutter shoots in. Here's Justin Bailey to try to get to the goal. And it went off his stick. And here's Jason Spezza. Spezza shoots it through. Here's Boyd. Dropped it off. Now Schmidt. Schmidt from the left boards. Canucks will contain and control. Here is Myers. And pitched over to center. What is it over? Simmons shoots. Save made by Holtby. And just like that. Again, with that last goal, I was just thinking about it, the Matthews goal. I got too frustrated and I got too biased as a fan. That's my apologies. That's a good goal by Matthews. 10 goals of the year. That is I will, still geared towards the Canucks, but I'll try not to be as stupidly and unprofessionally biased. That was my bad. Drops it to Tavares off to the line. There's a shot. They score. Another goal. 5-0 Leafs. Simmons in front and the Maple Leafs score. And it is Simmons with the kick. So 2 goals by Matthews, 2 goals by Simmons, and a goal by Zach Hyman, and nothing for Vancouver. You know what? I'll broadcast the Islanders Penguins team at an unbelievable game. The Leafs scored 7 last night. They're scoring 5 right now on the shot. Wide open, glove down by Braden Holtby.
About the goaltending situation of Vancouver. Okay, Markstrom's gone. The decision was made. Holtby now still having a talk with his teammates, and that was Miller, who he was just jawing with as he was going off. You remember, Miller was
3-3 Islanders and Penguins. So that's a pretty epic game with 7:34 in that. So that game's going to end way before this one does. As Horvat drops it from the line and the Canucks shoot in. And it is an offside.
And you can tell he's still a little upset. Here's that action in front as he goes sliding to his right and Simmons tips it back. But it was the play before that I think he was still talking to Miller about allowing Matthews to get inside of him and make that play.
5 goals or more allowed in 8 of 14 games this year for the Canucks. Something has to be done there. Switched over for Ben and dropped at the center position. Here's Beagle to try to go grab it and take it away. They're not that bad as the Leafs move in. They're just, again, they're not terrible or necessarily bad. They're just playing like that, and the reason also being is they need some juice. Canucks turned over. Marner! Locked it away. There was Edler in across. Canucks trying desperately to get it out, and they will find it into the Leaf zone. Here's Kerfoot. Back away. Turned over. Marner backhands it in. Myers. 3-3 and New York Islanders. Again, at intermission, we'll get commercial. We'll get that game. And when that game does, and if that game goes to overtime, well, this game's still going on. It's still like 5-0. I probably will just be broadcasting that until that game is over. Just that it's crazy that game's been, is it? It's gloved up down, or maybe not.
feet, quick little pass to Marner. Marner gets down on one knee and just a little bit too high and wide. And, I think in the past, for the Toronto Maple Leafs, Chris, many a year, you think you'd have a good little run where the team's starting to play well, maybe a game that you should win, and they falter. But I really think that this has been a statement game for them. And I think having the 3 games in a row against the same opponent allows you to maybe have a little bit more attention to detail. You got the same guys who got an opportunity to battle against the same opponent, so there's not much of a change-off. And I think it's worth to say for Toronto at this early part of the season for these back-to-backs.
Shot in from the boards. Canucks to take it over to center. Then move in. It gets dumped down again. There's a shot. Glove down for the point blast by Holtby. 28-18 shots in goal favor Toronto. They've got 2 goals from Wayne Simmons, 2 goals from Austin Matthews, and a goal by Hyman. Maple Leafs 5, Canucks nothing. All right, we're going to the Islanders game now. Pass to the goal. We're New York Islanders, Pittsburgh Penguins, everybody. Taken away by Bluger, and the Islanders are screaming that this puck was intentionally shot out of play. Not sure what they're calling. 3:45 left in the third. That game's going to commercial. Islanders and Penguins. I know, man. I know. It's that, and also that they also said that the Leafs that would always falter, and that these Leafs now are a more determined, a solid team.
Said he's a firm believer in always being honest with his players, knowing when to have those uncomfortable conversations or just giving a pat on the back. He's navigating those goals.
5 wins in the last 15 games against Toronto for Vancouver. It's not been great against this team. Canucks came back from intermission and commercial, and so did the Penguins Islanders game. We broadcasted the Canucks game, but still, I'll keep you knowing what happens there. Here come the Canucks right away. Here is Horvat. He is going to take a penalty. No penalty shot, but a slash coming up against Muzzin. So the Canucks to the power play, just like that. Maybe something to take from this game, if anything.
Kevin Bieksa was saying, what's the identity of this team? And right now, the early part is they haven't been able to chase any games. If they didn't score first, they haven't won a game. If they've been losing going into the third, they're 0-8. And those are the things you have to try to chip away at.
Here's a chance over to Miller. Hands it over. And that's Besser just lanced off of his stick. Here comes Pettersson. Drops it off Hughes. Hughes holding. Hughes waiting. A Vancouver team that's never came back to win after being down in the third period, and they're trailing by 5. Canucks back in. Islanders have a power play. Canucks have a power play. Shot, and Hughes broke his stick. Just shattered it. It lofted right over the ice, and the Leafs, not only do they clear it, but the puck hit the broken stick. That's how high and hard it fell down. As Vancouver will put in some less puck luck as Besser comes right down into the play. He is has fresher legs than some of these other Vancouver Canuck players. Off of Besser's stick to the goal. Horvat trying to keep in. He cannot, and the puck will be sent all the way down. And the Islanders have scored. Anders Lee with 3:44 to go. 4-3 New York. In a game they have to have. In a game Vancouver has to have. They've not been playing well. They've got the top line out there on the power play as Pettersson driving away with it. Here's Pettersson. He holds it down there. The back pass over. Hughes. Hughes hands it. Gets it back to Besser. Besser drops it. Hughes. Hughes to the circle. Miller. Hughes blast. Save made by Anderson. And here's JT Miller back on it. 29 seconds left in the power play. Hughes lofts it to Besser from the right boards. Late in this man advantage. Here is Brock Besser. He circles. He waits. Besser behind the goal. And dropped off the stick and down the ice. Holby behind the goal. He hands it over to Schmidt. Back drop down again. Off of Hyman's stick. Here's Myers. Took it, and the penalty is killed. 2 shots on the last power play as well. Also, Islanders-Penguins game just went to commercial. 2:22 left in the third, with the Islanders having a 1-goal lead off that Anders Lee goal. Here's Pearson from behind his net. Pearson drops it to Schmidt. Schmidt then hands it off Tyler Myers back at center ice. Backhanded in again. Roussel to chase Marner. Marner gets hit. Here's Roussel, hard working. And back controlled it deep again. Shot in through. Away from Simmons, and here's Tanner Pearson. Pearson drops it off. Shot. Save. Chatfield backhand off of his stick. Pinned away Pearson. Right off there. And the shot by Alan Anderson is held. With 10:33 to go in the third.
You see Edler jumping right up. You got both defensemen, Chatfield and Edler, jumping, trying to create an odd man rush, and Anderson just out aggressively. He's got good coverage on both sides and able to make that save. This is a big game for Anderson as well. You know, he's been getting great scoring in front of him, but to have a game where he can dial in defensive effort.
The Islanders game just came back from commercial as the Leafs started moving up the corner boards, and it comes at center. Marner. Muzzin took a hit, and Edler was jamming away at it. Will the Leafs get the shutout? Did the Canucks come back to win it? That's pretty much probably no, but a shutout, an opener there is a puck shot out of bounds.
So he's able to slide laterally. You can see here how aggressive he was outside. He knew the tip was coming, able to hold on to it. When you absorb things into your body, you can see that movement across laterally, but there's no extra movement that opens up a hole to get beat through.
Dropped it down over to Muzzin. Shoot, save made by Holtby. He scoops it.
CBC and CBC Jam.
Here's the key here, too, for Vancouver, thinking, okay, you got to come back and play this group again Monday. You almost have to take a playoff mentality, don't you? Like, okay, you're down 2 in the series. This is game 3 coming up Monday. Can you jump, bounce back?
Here's Beagle right off the face-off. Schmidt in behind his goal. Schmidt hands it over to Roussel, and off the boards as well. Tyler Myers moving it. Myers shoots, blocked. Myers with it. Back end of the corner. Schmidt, a shot up high. No goals let in by Anderson except that one offside goal that went through. As there will be a penalty against Matthews, I think. Yes. Penalty coming up against Austin Matthews. Canucks to the power play, and perfect timing too, because once they go to commercial, we're ready for the final seconds of Pittsburgh and Islanders regulation. Puck came to center. 35 seconds left in the third. New York 4. Penguins 3. Here, and Malkin just jostled it away. Zucker, Malkin passed it off. Penguins working with the extra attacker. Dropped it off from the left side. Letang hands it off to Malkin. Malkin shoots. Deflected rebound. And Nelson with it. And Russ with a check on Nelson. And it's back at the boards and try to get swept to center. And it gets swept to center. And the Islanders are up on it to the empty net. No, it'll be icing. It'll not be icing. Letang has to back it off. Malkin's going to get it with 2 seconds. Malkin, a slap shot. That's blocked away and sent to the goal. And that's it. Islanders get a win they really needed. 4-3. Late with 2:34 left was the game winner from Anders Lee. And the Islanders beat the Penguins in regulation time. What a big win, and it also helps my Devils because the Penguins losing in regulation keeps them within striking distance. So what a win by New York. 4-3. Could be a statement win for them.
Started with a power play goal. After the 17 in a row, a power play goal to start things off. Simmons down low, and then a great play here individually by Matthews up and over the glove of Holtby. Drive into the net. Here's Zach Hyman with a stick on the ice, puts it in the back of the net. A turnover as Matthews gets inside on Miller, 5-0 on Holtby, and then another drop pass and Lettman with just a great shot in front that Simmons tips, and that brings us to the 5-0 game. We're sitting out here. Fourth game in February for Vancouver, and they've allowed 23 goals already. That's the most concerning thing. You go through stretches when you're not able to maybe score at the level you need to.
So now the final 10 minutes in this game, in this regulation. The Leafs up 5-0. Matthews drops it off. Actually, no, it was not a penalty to Matthews at all. It was a power play. Matthews drew it. Morgan Riley hands it off in the right circle. Riley gets it back. Morgan Riley over to Mitch Marner. Marner drops it into the circle. Over for Alex Kerfoot. Kerfoot to the right circle. Kerfoot waiting, drops it off. Morgan Riley with it. Kerfoot shoots to the goal. Pass in front. Canucks try to take it out. There's a shot over top of the goaltender. And Myers lost the puck trying to move out and clear instead of just shooting clear. Marner hands it off. Canucks got to get off the ice. You could really see that they are just dead tired here. This would be the chance for a power play goal for the Maple Leafs to really just shut the door. Matthews back pass. Marner, Matthews wide, and Edler will slink this down off the boards. He still can't get it out. Leafs controlling. Morgan Riley holding it and handing it off. And here's Riley again. Shot from the corner of the right circle and hand off to Matt Marner. Marner gets it. Riley deflected up high and then it went down to the ice. Edler with it, trying to get it out. He can't. Leafs keeping it in. They've not left the zone in this entire power play. Shot. Matthews broke his stick. Myers shoots it off the boards. Still can't get it out. Over to Riley. Riley shoots, saved by Hopi. And the power play is over, but the Canucks never got the puck out. Now it will go out, and now here come the Canucks. So here's Mott. One shot in the last power play for the Leafs, but what an opportunity they had to make it 6-0. Back again from the boards, and a penalty against Bogosian here? Yeah, penalty against Bogosian. The former Sabre to the box, and the Canucks to the man advantage.
Matthews in the middle and then sliding from around the net. That one he was moving to his back. This is the best chance he had, but the stick just disintegrates in his hand. But Marner, everything he was trying to do was focused on getting it across to number 34. There's the hold and the hack by Bogosian.
And Bogosian held Pettersson. Elias tried to get this puck off the boards. Zach Bogosian for slashing. Horvat right off, and then Besser lost the chance to hunt for the puck. It's kept from the line and controlled now by Hughes. There's Quinn Hughes from the boards. Moves it back. And Bo Horvat. Now Pettersson. Drops it from the line for the corner boards. Taking a Hughes. Lost the puck. And the Leafs will motor in shorthanded. 90 seconds remaining on the power play and taken away by Horvat. The Maple Leafs drop his stick. Besser moves it through. Curled it over. JT Miller moves and lost the puck. The Leafs try to clear. They can't because it's kept in by Vancouver. And Vancouver, as it's dropped off again for Hughes. Hughes is Pettersson right there. If you want to get it to him, he will. Pettersson at the right circle. Elias Peterson waits it. Peterson, Hughes. Miller cranks it wide, and Peterson still has it. Peterson to Miller. Miller back pass. Hughes. Peterson. Peterson to Hughes. Hughes to JT Miller to Peterson. Won't shoot. Peterson shoots through a stick. Here's JT Miller on the boards. 40 seconds remaining on the power play. Horvat shoots wide, and here's Peterson. Peterson with it. Controlling and drops it off to Hughes. Hughes a shot wide and out of play. Deflects right up. With 5:56 to go in the third period.
Wayne Simmons, he blocked a shot there early on in the Maple Leafs last power play. He has left the bench to head to the room for the time being. We have any update?
Wayne Simmons, who is a goal away from a hat trick, is getting his hand looked at in the locker room, but not sure. That would not be a good loss in a game like this for Toronto to have, as the faceoff cleanly won and chopped down the ice. Here's Holtby, steers it in behind. Now Schmidt to move it. Schmidt backpedals and thrown down the ice. Handed over from the left circle over Tyler Myers. Myers hands it back. Here's Schmidt. Schmidt shoots to a stick. Controlled from the boards again. And down the line now for Tyler Myers.
You just tell them the inner passes there, just nothing natural. You know how everybody's pressured, trying to make the perfect pass, and a couple of times there, just the inner pass took away an opportunity to get it to the net.
Myers back passes it in. That good forecheck still going for the Canucks. Shot on goal. Nothing. And the penalty is over. Here's Jay Beagle. Backs it down. Canucks keep it. A good chance to try to block it and take it out on the Leafs. And a shot for the point is swallowed by Anderson. Tyler Myers shaking his head that he could not get that puck through. In Toronto, the Leafs have a big lead, 5-0 at home against the Canucks. Also, Charles Woodson just got elected to the NFL Hall of Fame. I completely forgot. I didn't even remember that. The NFL honors are on tonight, actually. I completely forgot. It slipped my mind. So anybody's real, into the NFL, so that, in fact, I might put that on. You know what, though? I think that just started. I think it starts at 9. So I might, I'll figure out what I want to do there. But anyway, that's actually good to remember.
Hockey fans, gear up at NHLShop.com. The largest assortment of NHL fan gear anywhere. Every NHL team and all the players you love. Shop now and get today's special offer. NHLShop.com. A Fanatics experience.
History doesn't just live in the past. It's all around us. And Black history is living in the future every day.
Double header, it's the first installment of this year's Battle of Alberta. As the teams get set to take the ice for warm-up.
Oh, the Calgary Flames at home are wearing those old 04 black and red jerseys with the horses on them. That's going to be a great game to watch. That is going to be a very enjoyable game to watch.
It's such an energy in that building tonight. Well, first and 10. I can't imagine. Well, you know, when we started in this league, there was only 21 teams. You played.
Hoglander in behind tried to drop it back again and still controlling it off. Hoglander, a shot up high. And moved it in through over for Hoglander. Niels Hoglander right off his line. There's Chatfield shooting it. Nylander to the pass into their own zone. Bailey lost it, or Bailey had it back, and their shot in front. Backhander just went wide. Bailey could not get it there. Here is Chatfield shooting it over for Beagle. Beagle, Hoglander. Hoglander with it. Hoglander shoots. Deflects up high with Roussel knocking down a Maple Leaf player. Oh, now I see it. That was the replay of Edler shooting the puck down. And when Edler shot the puck, Wayne Simmons' hand was like swinging back here, and the puck was in the line, so the puck hit the hand right over here, and that hurts. So he's getting that checked out. 9 block shots for Vancouver, 13 for Toronto. In a game like this, where the goals have been flowing for Toronto, but it's still been a physical game, as there's a penalty coming up against Toronto. There's not been a lot of block shots. Not an incredible amount. A hooking call against Muzzin. So Jake Muzzin to the box and the Canucks to the power play. And it's the second power play drawn by Elias Peterson.
Just reviewed it on the scoreboard. I didn't like it either. I didn't like it at all.
Well, right now for Vancouver, I mentioned the last power play, just not a lot of confidence in those passes. You got to put the score out of your mind and just focus on now. You need something positive in this game as we have the same opponent coming again on Monday.
Oh, yeah, that's the next game. I completely forgot. They play Toronto again on Monday. There's a shot. Horvat. Never went through. There's Peterson. Elias Peterson with it. Dropped it off shot. Deflected up high and out of play off a Maple Leaf stick. 1:41 left on the power play. 3:20 in the hockey game.
Celebrating Black people and their incredible stories, visit cbc.ca/beatblack in Canada for news, documentaries, interviews, and more.
Right off the face-off. Canucks still moving it again, even though the Leafs did win the draw. Maple Leafs clear it to center ice and play.
This is an opportunity for Toronto to get their special teams in order. You mentioned how hot the power play had been. 7 straight games and over 40, but penalty killing, they had given up 1 in 5 straight games. So, their offense has been really keeping them afloat.
Joker, that message didn't age well. About Vancouver will come back? Yeah. Oh, it's a different Leafs team. I don't think it's a different Canucks team. It's just a Canucks team that is right now reeling. It's a different Leafs team for sure. Now, I'm not one who thought that they were going to miss the playoffs or not make or choke in the first round or something. And I know a few people who thought that. I definitely had them winning a playoff series, but this team is dominant. I know everybody says about the Leafs anyway, but this is actually a team. Looking at them, they can make the final. They make moves in the offseason to go and do that. They can do that. Peterson, Elias Peterson, over, left circle. Move back Horvat. Peterson. Over for Horvat. Ball Horvat to Peterson. Peterson to Hughes. Back to Peterson. Back to Hughes. Hughes shoots. Score! Hughes! So there's something. Won't mean much, but there is at least something good from this game. And the shutout is over. And it's a better pick. This will be a legal goal. Or maybe not, because that stick was high. Yeah, I don't think that is going to be wiped off. I think this will stay. Hughes, the shot, the stick looks like under the crossbar. It should be a goal. It is a goal. 5-1. Well, it's not that they need time. They need galvanization. They need to be shown and understood, like, this is the way to do things, and there needs to be a change. A coach fired, a big trade, something has to, because the Penguins, the Capitals, teams like that, they don't need that, because they've got players that are Hall of Famers that know how to do it, that have played years and years and years, multiple players like that. In Washington, you've got Pittsburgh, you've got Crosby, and you've got Malkin. In Washington, you've got Ovechkin, and you've got Backstrom, and you've got Chara. You've got players that know how to do this. In Boston, you've got Bergeron, you've got Marchand, right? He's not really that yet for the Canucks. They don't understand. They can't just galvanize themselves if things are going bad. Personally, even though the Leafs are dominant, I don't know if there's a team in the North. The closest maybe could be the Canadians, because they're a very tight-knit group that if they start reeling, could just know to just regroup just like that and feel nothing. There's not too many teams like that, but there's a few all over the league. But until that point, the Canucks need the organization to step up for them and help them with their season. They're talking potential for Tannen trade, but if it's for Tannen for a few picks, that's not going to do anything. It's got to be a big trade. I'd say a few big trades. I really like in this. Like, I think what could happen is this team, I don't know why. I know they're not defensively as strong, but they really remind me of the 2012 Kings. And the 2012 Kings made those two big moves, trade their youth for Richards and Carter. And I think that could help. To do a trade like that could help the Canucks. Do they sneak into the playoffs and sweep everybody and win the cup? No. But they do, and I know the Kings didn't sweep, but they do. Well, that's the other thing. They were a band of brothers last year. Everybody fought together, and they need to do that a little bit more, even in the regular season. And I mean, it's COVID. Well, why don't you guys just go for a drive, go for a run, or do something? So, also, Sean V, just want to let you know, since this game is coming to close, tomorrow, actually, I'll do it right after this game is over. I'll let you know what I'm doing tomorrow. So if you want to show up for a stream, I know that there's some good hockey games, but there's a big game of another sport that's going to be said. Sutter shot, and Anderson stopped it at the buzzer. The Leafs win big, but the Canucks spoil the shutout. 5-1 Toronto. All right, thank you. Tomorrow I'll have two streams. One at 3 o'clock Eastern time. 1 o'clock 3 Eastern time for the Panthers and the Red Wings, and then I'll have one at 6:30 Eastern time for the Super Bowl. So I'll have a Super Bowl live stream tomorrow. It'll be great. None of my teams are in it. One of the teams I really hate. One of the teams I don't like that much, but I like a lot of their players. So be tuned for that. So enjoy everything, everybody. Have a great night, and I'll see you tomorrow for a double stream: Florida and Panthers, Detroit Red Wings, and the Super Bowl between the Buccaneers and the Chiefs. Good night, everybody. Happy hockey, everybody. Chiefs.